At stake is the fate of millions of Palestinians, the ceasefire, and the prospect for a political solution that brings lasting peace and security.
That's the UN's Filipe Lazzarini, and he's talking about Israel's ban on the UN's refugee agency for Palestinians, which has just come into effect. So, why the dire warning? UNRWA is the biggest agency working to provide food, shelter, school and healthcare to Palestinians. Since the war on Gaza began, it's delivered 60% of the food, provided shelter to more than 1 million displaced people, and vaccinated 250,000 children against polio. And that's despite severe Israeli restrictions on the movement of aid and aid workers and frequent attacks on them. But how did we get here? Well, the short answer is October 7 and the Hamas-led attack on Israel. Israeli officials accused 42 UNRWA employees of involvement. The UN launched an investigation and found 9 employees may have been involved, and they were fired. But it didn't end there. Israel launched what the UN calls an insidious smear campaign against the agency, accusing it of colluding with Hamas. Which brings me to the ban. In October, Israel's Knesset passed 2 laws which ban UNRWA from working in Israel and territory it claims as its own, including the occupied West Bank, Gaza and occupied East Jerusalem. Another law bans Israeli authorities from having any contact with the agency altogether. But Palestine's UN ambassador says there's more to it.
The idea is simple. To get rid of the refugees, you just try and destroy the agency serving them. If there is no education, no health, no assistance, they will surrender. They will leave.
So what now? Well, Lazzarini told Al Jazeera the agency will try to keep working.
Our aim is to stay and to deliver the service, keep our school open, to keep our health center open, both in the West Bank and also in Gaza, unless, obviously, we are prevented. We have also, over the last few weeks, increased our partnership with other UN agencies, especially when it comes to food assistance or emergency assistance in the Gaza Strip.
It's not just feeding the millions of people who survived war in Gaza. UNRWA is critical in the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem.
طب هدول المرضى واللاجئين ومرضى السكري والضغط تطعيمات الاطفال اللي انا بشتغل عليهم وبشتغل على ستات الحوامل وين بدهم يروحوا؟ وين بدهم يروحوا يجيبوا دواهم؟
Now, critics have questioned why UNRWA even exists. But the agency itself states the fact that UNRWA is still in place 75 years later is not a choice, but the result of a collective failure by UN member states to resolve a political problem.